Hey Dirt Wheels and UTV Action subscribers, today we're going to look at this. The CF Moto Z10 and the 4-seater. It's 999cc. Turbo powered, 64 inches wide. We're gonna do a little walk around and show you all the cool features of this new rig. Okay, let's start at the front. Double A-arm suspension, a winch that's tucked way back there. Fox QSE shocks, so like an IQS, there's 3 positions, 17 inches of travel in the front. No radiator up here. Radiators in the back, kind of a clamshell A-arm setup. I'm not sure what size bolts those are, but they don't look that big. 2.5-inch shocks, 5-lug unitized hub. We're not exactly sure if it's the same Chevy Polaris bolt pattern, but we'll look into that. Open the door. So normal opening doors, dual layer, really good fit and finish. Nice big screen, cool dash, cool steering wheel. The seats, suspension seats on the bottom there. You can see the cords in here, pretty nice. No storage underneath them. And I'm not sure if they're adjustable. I'll have to look into that. Pass-throughs for harnesses back there. And then it looks like there's some cutouts to bolt harnesses, but we're not quite sure on that yet. We'll look into that. Trailing arm rear suspension, 20 inches of travel. Kind of interesting how they bolted the sway bar back here. There's sway bar front and rear, but that rear one is on the outside of the arm, and then the shock mounts to the top of the arm. We wish it mounted to the inside, but it's a very similar arm to the 64-inch X3. So it wraps around the tire right there. And then 2 radius rods back there, plunging axle, and a toe link up front. Little tow hook in the back there. Single exhaust with 2 tips. CVT transmission, and it does have a front differential lock. And then it's a 3-cylinder, turbocharged, 143 horsepower. We looked at the skid plates. They look pretty thin and pretty brittle, so I'm sure people will come up with a bigger one, thicker one. A lot of air intake here, I guess, to get to the radiator. There are the radiators in the back. But like I said, fit and finish is really good. A lot of cool features. Apple CarPlay. Okay, look at all these features on the dash. Altitude, coordinates, Bluetooth connection, your times, different cameras, CarPlay, some sort of navigator. Definitely a lot more features that we need to dig into. Adjustable shocks, adjustable EPS mode, adjustable power modes. 20,000 bucks, 19,999. The 4-seater, 23,000 bucks. We'll look at the legroom in the back of that 4-seater. Decent legroom back here. Handholds there, handholds there. Suspension seats in the rear also. But really what stands out is the fit and finish is pretty solid. Look at that, no rattles. We're gonna drive these later. There's the engine. So the cool thing about this is this engine is shared with their utility model. Right here, you could drill that out, attach to the crankshaft, and put a pulley for an extra alternator or a compressor for an air conditioning unit. So they have a lot of plans in the future for that type of accessory, and it looks like they're already getting ready for it. Big muffler back there. I'm sure this thing will sound pretty cool with an aftermarket exhaust. Yoshimura has already been working with them for exhaust systems. But that is the Z10-4 and the Z10. Here's the motor here. Let's look at the cutaway. You can see 4-valve dual cam engine. Let's get up in there so the motor builders can figure out how much room there is to build a big motor. The turbo, not sure what size that is, but there's a good look at it. And then they say the transmission in the utility model has a lower gear set. So potentially, if you're a rock crawler and you needed some lower gears, you could steal something out of the utility model and put it in your Z10. They've said they've improved their clutch. Everything is bigger and better than the old Z-Force 950. There's your dual cams and your timing chain. Definitely looking forward to hearing this thing run and getting behind the wheel. Okay, this is Jason Menden from Fox. This is a new 3-position electronically adjustable Fox called the QSE. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so these are 2.5-inch shocks, QSE quick switch electric. So it's got the Fox live valve in there, and it's got an automatic switch in the cab for 3-position control.
Okay, so it's live valve. Does that mean it does adjust on the fly, in real time, or only when you hit the switch?
Only when you hit the switch, yes.
Okay.
So it has the same valve as like a semi-active live system, but with this being quick switch electric, it's only controlled via the switch in the cab.
Okay, what's different about this versus IQS?
So this has an actual electronic valve, whereas the IQS actually has like a motor in it.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So this is much quicker. It's cheaper, and it's kind of being rolled out across more vehicles.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's kind of new and improved IQS in a sense.
Okay. It's 2.5s on the front and rear. Is that for the 4-seater as well?
Yes.
Okay. And then what size shafts do we got going?
It should be 5/8 inch shafts.
5/8?
No, 7/8.
7/8
Yes.
all the way around both vehicles?
Correct.
Okay. Great. And travel numbers. They claim 17 and 20. Is that with tire squish, or is that just the shock travel?
That I'm not 100% sure. That's that's more than just the shock travel.
Okay.
I could say that, but I'm not sure exactly how they calculate those numbers on their side.
What is the shock travel? The actual suspension travel?
That I don't know off the top of my head. I'd have to double check prints.
Okay. All right. No worries. We'll get back with you and ask you those questions later.
Sure.
Thank you. Okay, we just got done doing CF Moto's little demo course in the 4-seater. Power was pretty linear. There was no real punch at the bottom, which it almost didn't feel like it had a turbo on it. It was just a strong power from bottom to mid. As you can see, we didn't get it to any kind of top end at all. But the shocks, you could definitely tell the difference between the different modes, or instead of whoops, you could slam through. but there was a lot of top out front shocks over one of the jumps that had kind of a takeoff, flat landing. You really heard a clunk when the vehicle left the ground. Fit finish again inside was really nice. Kind of hard to see the buttons and stuff, but I guess once you're used to it, you know where your suspension button and your EPS button is at, your four-wheel drive button. But they were definitely a fun machine to drive. Felt pretty solid. Just really didn't get to use the power at all. This course is too tacky and too tight to really take advantage of all the power that Z10 has. This is more like a kind of a go-kart track where you have to squirt from corner to corner, and that big car is a little large for this track, but good to get first chance look at it and quick test drive. Hopefully we'll have more to report on it with the long-term loaner.